Hey, what's going on, guys? You want to hear a story? It's a good one, I promise. So when I was 16, I was driving my dad a little crazy, asking him, hey, can I go get my license? Can I learn how to drive? Will you teach me stuff? And like we all do, right? I knew we didn't have money for a car, but I at least wanted to take their car to, Chili's after basketball games or, something like that in high school. But like an intelligent dad, he knew that I was not ready for that. And he was kind of delaying it. He was kind of like, sure, buddy, we'll go do the test. And then we never would. But when I turned 17, he finally let me go. And I was super excited to start driving. And right after I took my exam, we went over to my grandpa's house. And I thought that was a little odd. We don't go over there all the time. I don't know why we're going here right after passing my test. I thought we were going to go home. I didn't know really what was going on. So we got to grandpa's house. We talked for a little bit. We watched a movie, I think. We had dinner. It was a really chill night. But then all of a sudden, my grandpa said, hey, you want to come check out my new car? And this wasn't like super out of the ordinary because he had Corvettes and motorcycles and things like that. So I was like, sure, yeah, I'll go check out your new car, whatever. So we get down to the basement and he has this 94 Camaro that's just chilling in the garage and it's beautiful. And fun fact for you, it was Dolphins teal, so I was super excited about it because I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. If you guys don't know that, please don't make fun of me, please. So my grandpa's like, Zach, get in. And I sit in the driver's seat and I think it's really cool. And I was just having a fun time. So I'm like, yeah, Grandpa, this is sweet. And he's like, okay, keep it. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? And he's like, it's yours. We got it for you. And I was like, I can't believe this. I can't believe this is actually happening. What a screaming deal, right? I mean, my first car, a 94 Camaro, Dolphins teal, that's essentially free to me from my grandpa, which was really, really cool. Unfortunately, it only lasted a year and a half. It had some miles on it and some problems and stuff, but overall it was a great car and I was super happy to have it. But after losing my car, I started looking for other cars on the market and I was like, man, these cars are really expensive. Like, what is going on? Do people actually pay for cars like this? This is crazy. I don't know if I want to have a car if this is how much they cost. So here's what happened. My brain kind of got used to having a free car, not having payments, things like that. Which is really uncommon for most people. And I really, really didn't want to adjust from that reality. I got used to that. And here's the connection. This is kind of like how a lot of first-time home buyers are viewing the housing market right now. I think we got a little too used to interest rates being 2.5%, 2.8%, 3%, the low fours, all that stuff. And now we're here back to a historically more normal rate of 6%. And it's like our hair is falling out. And I get it. I mean, our expectations were we're going to get a $300,000 house at 3%, and now we're looking at a $200,000 house at 6%. And it's a really hard mental adjustment to make. But here's the question for you. Is 6% a bad interest rate? And the answer to that is going to depend on who you talk to. If you talk to your parents or maybe your grandparents, they're going to tell you, oh no, 6% is great. I bought my first house at 15%, at 20%, and they cannot relate at all to a 2.5%, a 3% interest rate that we're, more accustomed to here in the 2020s. So while it is very hard for us, first-time home buyers or people that were looking in this market specifically to adjust to a 3% to a 6%, a lot of, our elders are looking at us going like, yep, that's pretty on par. In fact, that might be good to a lot of them. But if you don't believe me, let's look at the historic interest rates. All right, guys, so check out this graph with me for a second. So in the 1970s, over here, we were at 7%. Then we went the whole way in the 80s to what looks like almost 20%. And as you can see, this graph kind of goes over 6% nearly the entire time until we get to 2010. And now this is kind of the market that some of us younger people are used to. We're used to seeing, 4%, 3%, kind of hovering around there. And after the crazy stuff that's happened recently, we're back up to 6%. So I want you guys to really think about this graph for a second. So we're looking at this and we're seeing this drastic spike. And I understand that hurts a lot. We wish we were back at the 3%. But if you look at this graph over time, we're still at a very good point in the real estate market. I think in some ways you could say that we got used to a free 94 Camaro in the real estate market over the last few years. And now we're looking at actually paying for a used car in the regular market. And we're like, oh man, I don't want to do that. Where's my free Camaro at? But Zach, look, I get it. I understand that the market is not historically bad, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. That doesn't mean it didn't go from 3% to 6% for me. That doesn't mean I can afford, the same amount of house. And guys, look, I understand. I know a lot of you guys are really discouraged and it's been really tough lately, but here's what we have to think about. First, there's less competition right now. You guys are able to shop with a lot less buyers in the market, and maybe get a property you wouldn't have been able to get a year ago because there was so much competition on it. Also, if your plan is to invest your money, this is a really good asset class to be in. Right now, everyone's stocks are down, everyone's Bitcoin is down. Everyone's 401k is getting drained out right now, while home prices continue to go the whole way up. There are also options out there other than 30-year fixed rate mortgages. And I know this can get a little scary, but stay with me. If I told you could get an interest rate at say 4 or 4.5%, would you listen to that? I plan on making a video on that coming up, but if you want the inside scoop early, you guys are free to call me at this number right here. You could also DM me or click the link that's attached with this video. But here's the thing, guys. The housing market will always throw you curveballs. Things are always going to be changing. There's always going to be ebbs and flows. But what I want you guys to know is that there's always going to be opportunity too. There's always going to be ways to make a great financial decision within the housing market. All right, if you guys need anything, feel free to call me. I'm always available. You can also DM me on any of my social media. Also, click the link that's attached with this video. All right, guys, that's it for now. I'll see you.